Hi there. So this is Crap to Cream Part 1, Rose's Journey. So I've now bought Rose, who is on the hoist and has been mentioned in a previous couple of videos, and I'm now investigating things that I'm finding. So oil leaks, and here we go again. Same old, same place that we're finding the leaks. So as you can see, I'm hoping here, this doesn't look the best. So I've found white slithers in the filter underneath the overdrive. The overdrive gasket is leaking as usual. And also in here is not looking real flash. So we've got a fair bit of crud build up in here. So I've cleaned all the in the transfer case itself. I've put new O-rings all through these, and I also found, I think I know what's the problem with Millie's overdrive, which is the other MG's overdrive. So in here is a small ball bearing. Alright, this ball bearing here, and I don't think that the other overdrive unit has got, solenoid has got one in it. I don't think so. It's either been lost before. I didn't know it was supposed to be in there when I took the overdrive apart on Millie. So this time this overdrive works. However, I've been finding little bits and pieces. So I'm cleaning all this up now, making new gaskets. Gonna make a better gasket than this, which is the one that leaks. Gotta make a new one of them. And I've replaced the pump gasket. So apart from that, yeah, I've just got the usual oil leaks I've got to deal with. So it's looking a bit moist under here. So I'm going to give it all a good wash down, and I'll take it out for a drive and find out if there's any more leaks. So underneath there, I've cleaned that up now, replaced the gasket on this one. Don't know whether it was leaking because there was just oil everywhere. Yeah. The tailpipe's been replaced on the exhaust, and I've got to do something with this, so I've got to put a bit of a strengthener behind that in there. This up here, not that one. That one there, the indicator lens, well, the rear lens is broken. So that'll have to be replaced. I'm hoping getting a delivery of parts this afternoon, so that'll help things along a bit. I've also got pretty ugly sort of yuck around the crankshaft pulley oil seal, so, and maybe just the sump gasket. So I may take the sump off and replace that gasket because it's looking a bit moist all the way around the outside. A bit ugly. Might look better if it's all been replaced and clean. Pity I've just put new oil in, but I had to put new oil in. I've replaced the gaiters now on the steering rack. New track rod ends because both of those boots had split. So these were split, so they've been replaced. The radiators should arrive next week. We can replace that. Tyres are good, pads are all good. Yeah, so just this gearbox is one of the pain in the arse ones that has the dipstick inside the car, which is a bit more difficult to get to, but hey, you get these things. So I think that's all I've got to report on up to now, and as I fix this up, I will keep on delivering more and more findings and whatever I get up to when I do this now. So there you go, that's what we're up to right now. No more to report really. Pit inspection. So I've been doing some work now on Rose, ready for a pit inspection. This will be the last video, I suspect, for this year. So before I forget, just like to wish all the subscribers and the people who view this a very happy and prosperous new year. And we'll see how we go in the new year when things get going again. So been doing a bit of cleaning around the front of the engine, underneath the sump, clearing any free oil off that's been there since 1974. Well, maybe later, because I don't think they used red jointing compound out of Abingdon, but anyway, that's... So this is the underneath done now, so that I can do from above in the driveway. So I had to replace a bracket here on the exhaust that was broken. I've now redone the gasket in here again and again, so that'll hopefully be okay for the inspection. I've adjusted the handbrake, I've greased everything, replaced the tailpipe because that had a slight hole in it, or a crack. And then this afternoon, while I was looking around, I found these bushes here had worn. So luckily I had some spare ones, so I've replaced those now on both sides, obviously, so that it's ready for the inspection. There's not a lot else that I could find underneath, so all the kingpins appear to be good. I've replaced the steering rack gaiters and the track rod ends. They were these boots were split, and so were these boots were split. So all those have been repaired now. Can't find any other bushes that need replacing here. Looks pretty crap right now, but when it all comes apart and gets all cleaned up and all the bushes replaced and the suspension all painted, it'll look a lot better. So I'll just drop her to the floor now. So up top, I have now replaced the rocker cover gasket because that was leaking and dribbling down the engine. I was going to do something with the throttle cable assembly. It's not meant to go through here into there. It's just a bit of a mess right here right now, so the springs where they're not supposed to be. So I'm just going to leave this right now because it functions and I just don't want to create a bigger problem than I've got already. The radiators have now arrived, but I'm not going to replace that because the cooling's fine. Oil filter's been replaced. What else was there to do under here? Not a lot, I don't think. I think... nah. The wiper blades have been replaced. Got all three fitted now. Checked all the lights, the horn works. So that's all good. In here, I polished the instrument bezel up a little bit. I've got some damage on the steering wheel here. Now I'm not 100% sure whether that's a pass or a fail. I have got a spare steering wheel, so when I get to the testing station, if they say it's a fail, then I'll have to replace it. The spare wheel's all good. I've replaced the lenses, the lights lenses now. They've been replaced. They're all new and they all work. The boot now opens with the minimum amount of effort. I've replaced the catch underneath here, if you can see that. So that's been replaced now. And I think that's about it. Oh, one of the door seals had split and was hanging out here. I'm not sure whether door seals are an inspection item, but I'm not taking a chance on it, so I've replaced the door seal on the driver's side. The passenger side one is okay. All the seat belts are good, there's no frays on them. So I'll get a vacuum cleaner out and give it a bit of a clean up, make it a bit more presentable. New ones of these coming somewhere, they'll be here soon, but that's trim, that's not an inspection fail. So the rear view mirror, so I've got a mirror here. I'm not sure whether that's a bit dodgy, but this one's fine and that one's fine. So I'm not sure whether they failed me on that. I have been trying to tighten it up, but I think it's better to leave it on and have it like that and try and explain it rather than take it off and make a mess. and not have one. So I think that's about it. So yeah, Rose is nearly ready for the pits. Just got to wash the engine bay down. I'm going to do that down by the house. So that's washing the top down. So I always clean from the bottom up, because when the inspectors look at the engine, they look at it from underneath, they don't look at it from on top as much, and oil always works with gravity and ends up at the bottom of the engine. So anyway, yeah, happy new year and a prosperous new year to you all, and hopefully I'll see you in 2024 and we'll continue on this journey. I will get the car back from the pits hopefully with a pass, and then I'm going to rip the engine and gearbox out and start doing some other bits and pieces, because I don't think the gearbox is in the best of health. Alright, so yeah, happy new year. Everybody stay safe. Bye for now.